So I made a video talking about my grad school worries. So the things I'm worried about and anxious about regarding grad school for this fall, starting in August 2020. It's about June right now. It is June right now. And I thought I would make another video before I go to grad school because it wouldn't really make sense after I went to grad school, which is why I'm excited to go to grad school. I'm going to Colorado State University, going to pursue a physics PhD. In that video, I talked about my worries and anxieties and the unknowns regarding grad school. There's tons of things just with grad school because I'll be moving to a new state and I'll be going back to school and probably doing some research and all sorts of other things. You can go watch that video if you want. But also there's COVID-19 that introduced another can of unknowns as well. So there's that. And since then, my school, CSU, decided they are going to try in-person classes in the fall, which is very exciting. I don't know exactly all the details, what classes will be like. I'm sure masks will be involved, but it's exciting to me. That was one of my big worries is I wasn't sure if I was going to even have in-person classes, like was it going to be online? So most of fall will be in person. So that does eliminate some worries of mine, but obviously there's still lots of worries. But this video isn't about that. This video is about why I'm excited, because I am very, very excited for grad school. And I want to talk about why I'm excited. So to start, there's the big thing. If you're going to grad school, you're going for a PhD, you got to like research. That was one of the things I did during undergrad is I did research. And I did it for a good year and a half. So it was a pretty big project that I did. And I learned a lot. I learned lots of skills, lots of techniques, lots of things about myself that I otherwise wouldn't have learned if I hadn't have done the research. So there's lots of things I learned. One of them was self-reliance, being able to rely on myself more than my advisor. That's something I learned that I really could do. I realized that I could solve most of the problems I had on my own, especially little problems. And so that was a big thing that I came out with, just being able to do most of my work, solve most of the problems just on my own. And that was a big achievement for me through my research. And I did a bunch of coding as well, programming, learned some programming languages, basically 1.5 programming languages in that research, but I also learned another programming language just in my classes. From the research, I learned a bunch of coding and lots of sort of techniques that I used in code that I will probably end up using again. And so doing my research was super useful in getting me those techniques, making me learn those techniques. So coding was a big one, but also how to do research too. That was another thing I learned, obviously. I think I learned how to do it pretty well. I'm sure there's so much more to learn, so much more I don't know. But at least I have a really good idea how research goes, at least in this type of research that I would be doing in grad school. I kind of have an idea of like how I do it and just sort of confidence in myself to be able to be self-motivated and solve a lot of problems on my own. Additionally, the importance of asking questions, asking all sorts of different questions of my advisor and my professors, just to make sure I understand everything. That was a big thing. And there are other things I learned as well, but in my undergrad research and my courses, I learned a ton of stuff. And why am I mentioning this? It's because I'm really excited to be able to apply this new knowledge and these new skills that I have to a new research project. Just to be able to go into a new project with a fresh start, with all the new techniques that I've learned, all the new coding stuff and other skills, and self-confidence as well, and to see how much I can do and how much I can accomplish, given all the stuff I've learned up to that point. That's really exciting to me. In my undergrad research, I really didn't know what I was doing in the beginning, and so I want to be able to start a new project and know what I'm doing. Another thing that I learned during my undergrad is that I like to do research. That's a big thing, and it's one of the things that led me to decide to go for a PhD is I like research, and I shouldn't go for something if I don't like it. So I'm excited to do more research. I'm excited to use that enthusiasm that I got over my undergrad research and apply it to a new project. Another thing is that I am really excited to take more physics classes. So, in undergrad, I had to take a lot of non-physics classes, a lot of generals, classes that I really didn't want to take. Some of them were pretty good, but there was always this nagging feeling of like, I really wish I could just take physics. And of course, in grad school, I will only take the classes that I want, which is physics, which is really exciting to me. To be able to just focus on physics is great. And I liked learning undergrad physics. I liked the topics that we covered, and I just kind of enjoyed it. I also realized that we barely scratched the surface of physics that we could learn. I mean, that's why there's 2 years of courses that you can take in grad school, at least, about physics. There's so much more to learn, so much more to do. So I'm excited to do that. Another thing is I'm excited to sort of have a fresh start in grad school. In undergrad, I made some mistakes. In the beginning, I wanted to be a chemistry major, and then turned out that I changed that, and I ended up wasting time and money and made my GPA lower than I would want it to be. I'm excited for a clean slate to be able to start in a new school with a fresh new GPA and to just start knowing what I want to do, knowing that I am confident, and I'm interested in using all the skills, techniques, and whatnot that I've accumulated over the last 3.5 years, and to start over with the new knowledge I have. I don't know a better way to explain it at this, just to start over with all the knowledge I already have. Just like I did out of high school, but even better because I actually know what I want to do. And to go in not doing all the no-nos, the things that I've found that really aren't good to do. Change the way I take notes and make sure I understand everything that I'm learning, mark it down and put it neatly into notebooks. Little things, but little things I'm thinking about that I want to make sure I do. And, I'm just excited to go. It'll be the first time really that I'll be moving out of my parents because, the last 3.5 years I've been spending most of my time 3 hours away, going to school and living 3 hours away, still having one foot in my parents' house. Like, nothing against my parents, I love them, but I always had some of my stuff at home. But after this, I am moving to Colorado. I'm taking all my stuff. I am moving completely. And it's terrifying, but it's exciting. And just to be able to move on with my life, I've always felt like I've just still been home a bit. And it's exciting, just to start my new life away from home. It's going to be pretty different, especially from right now, quarantining. It's terrifying, but it's exciting. So I'm really excited for grad school. As you can tell, I'm excited to do more research. For my undergrad research, I'm excited to do more, to apply my new knowledge to a new project. Personally, I'm really excited for it. I learned that I like research. Like, I like to do research, and it's something I want to continue doing. And so that's another reason why I'm excited. And I am also excited to do more classes as well, more physics classes to learn more. And I'm excited for a fresh start. It'll be scary, terrifying, fresh and new. I won't have my undergrad to pull me down. It'll be great. It's exciting. So that's all I have. If you have a similar experience, like you're going to grad school this fall or undergrad this fall, and you have a similar experience, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a like. And if you like videos like this, I make vlogs like this, as well as physics/math type videos that you can check out on my channel. If that's something that interests you, it would be great if you considered subscribing to my channel. I make videos pretty often. We'll have to see how that goes when I go to grad school, but I plan on hopefully making videos pretty consistently while I'm in grad school as well. And there's a video here if you want to watch that, if that interests you, and a subscribe button thing. And yeah, that's all I have. Bye.